I've heard some agents even say, like, I don't really want to do the big open house or the mega open house or this big thing where I'm scheduling people at the same time because I can't focus on quality conversations, but I totally disagree.
Hi, this is George Capote with the Capote Group here in Tampa, and I want to welcome you to On the Contract, live. Thank you.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. All right.
Get a beer.
Okay.
Go get a beer, kid.
As you should.
You guys good? Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
Hello, sir. Can you tell him to put this on my tab, another one?
And you know what? I'll take a water if you can carry it up.
Yeah, they have a water here. What is that?
Peanut butter. Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Thank you, sir.
You got to try that orange
And
one.
hey, do me a favor. If we're mid-conversation when you come back, which we will be, please go ahead and deliver our drinks.
Okay. You mean as your server?
Yeah, well, not as the
There'll
server,
be a tip involved.
just in general,
Don't breathe underwater.
right?
That's my tip.
Oh my goodness. So you did think the broker thing, the broker open, spinning it differently to get agents there, because they don't come to actual, They really don't. They
really don't come?
Like if I see someone's open house, I mean, if I happen to be in the area, I would maybe do it out of support. And that's usually more because I understand, like I empathize with them, right? But
I've done a few. I've stopped for other agents because I'm like, because then I'm going to call them out and they're going to come to mine.
Right.
Fortunately, on my listing, the last listing I had, it was under contract so quick. I didn't even have
Yeah, well, that's what
all
we all.
that.
Yeah,
I didn't have to go through the process. But
Yeah, we all hope for that. So,
Right.
what did you think about the plan of listing Thursday night, having the brokers open on Friday, but having it spun a little differently, where it's not really a brokers open? You create a separate event that will attract brokers without saying it's a new listing or open house.
So I love that, and I would personally, on that Friday, that would be my day to invite neighbors.
In conjunction with. Yeah,
So that it creates a little more of a crowd.
I agree.
And then I would pick up the phone and personally call some of my broker friends and say, help me out.
Do me a solid. Yeah, I like that.
I've got a glass of wine for you. I've got some wine and cheese. Come see me.
Yeah, I like that. And what do you think about if you're listed? Remember, if you're doing the brokers open on Friday and creating some type of an event that actually attracts brokers, what do you think about, again, it goes live on Thursday night, so now you have the opportunity, if you get those phone calls, we know we're doing an open house on Saturday, so it's Thursday night list, Friday brokers open, sort of a brokers open, right?
An event.
An event.
Right.
An event
Just
in
a
place
wine and
of.
cheese event.
Right,
That's all
exactly.
it is. It should just be called a wine and cheese event. It shouldn't be called a broker's event.
There you go. Or, yes.
I would just call it a wine and cheese event.
There you go.
Yep.
And then Saturday is open house. So when people start seeing
Thank
it,
you.
well, thank you. When people start seeing it on Thursday night when it goes live, or Friday morning, and you see those agents that are calling you because they see also that you're doing an open house on Saturday, but they want to get their people in first. How about scheduling their people during that actual event so that when they come in, all those people are already there?
I love it.
Right?
Yep. It gives you more bang for your buck.
I've heard some agents even say, like, I don't really want to do the big open house or the mega open house or this big thing where I'm scheduling people at the same time because I can't focus on quality conversations. But I totally disagree. I think if someone comes in, that you want it to be like a nightclub.
Yeah,
like
you want to work the house.
Through, right?
The house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to work it.
Imagine the impression it gives. That's never happened to them probably. Even though we're in a busy season, it's probably never happened where they walk in a house and it's just full of people.
Yeah.
And especially agents.
Yep.
So
I
you
like
have
it.
something, what are you doing with your personal event that you're now going to turn into a prospecting opportunity?
So I have a very good friend of mine who is an artist, and I offer to do an event for her because I love her work. I believe in her work.
Artist like a painter?
She's a painter.
Okay.
She does abstracts. She does a little bit of still work. She does oil, she does acrylic, but I offered to do this event for her, and when I do that, I do wine and cheese, and a few appetizers.
Right.
And I have a parking issue at where I live because I live in South Tampa.
You live on Bayshore, right? Or near Bayshore?
Yes, Bayshore.
Bayshore Boulevard. It's where all the rich people live, just so you know.
Except me. So I told her, why don't you come on Tuesday and set up at my house? And Wednesday, same concept. I'm going to invite the neighbors, and I'm going to tell them they get a special preview, and they get first dibs at the artwork.
That's
so
awesome.
It makes them feel special.
Yeah.
And who's not going to come? If there's wine and cheese and there's a little art there,
Yeah.
and they know they have first dibs, why would they not come?
Yeah, no, that's an incredible opportunity.
Hello, Rich Saltzman here, broker owner of Brightway Insurance, the Saltzman Agencies, and proud sponsor of Under Contract Live. In this home insurance market, your consumers need expert advice to get you to the closing table. Call us at 727-581-4200, option 1.
And that's one of the things I think that agents miss out on is that, and when we talked about creating a broker's open, right, that nobody comes to, no agents come to, and making it something different so they actually show up, but it's actually a new listing, so you get that benefit, right, for your seller as well. But I think agents think, well, what am I going to do if I'm not a workshop person or a teacher or a trainer? Then what is the event, right?
Right.
And what is the event that will actually be compelling enough for someone to come? And if they don't have something that they could personally feel like they could do, you can bring someone else in. Like you're bringing an artist in. I mean, to me that's super cool. It's not only creative, but now you're giving an opportunity to your artist. You're giving an opportunity to your neighbors, but then you can expose the fact that you're an agent, right?
So I did want to talk to you about that, but before we get into that, you just sparked my something that you brought up when you were doing that training on Friday.
Okay.
You told me you brought in someone from Cutco. Well, I'm a Cutco fan because I'm a cook.
Yeah.
So I'm involved. I have a very good friend who does Pampered Chef.
Okay.
I have a guy that does Cutco.
I got it, guy.
So I want to know, what did your Cutco person do? Because that's brilliant.
Oh yeah, so my Cutco person actually prepared a meal for us
That's amazing.
in the new listing. So what was really cool,
I love that idea.
yeah, so we were able to accomplish so many things, and this is another thing I think that agents miss out on. Remember, as an agent, to me, one of the most wonderful things about being in sales or being an independent entrepreneur, if you will, which is really what we are as real estate agents, you miss the beauty is that you are in control. You're in creative control. So you can do almost anything you want, right? And why would you not? I think your number one job as a listing agent is to drive traffic into a home and get attention on the home.
Oh yeah.
So instead of doing the lame, hey, it's a broker's open house, come on over, agents, when most agents are too busy to do that unless they really have someone for the
Especially on a
property.
Friday night.
Yeah, and it's just not a big thing, right? There's an open house every day for agents. So how are you going to do something, create something compelling enough for them to come? But the other thing is what it does for your seller as well, seeing that you can fill their home with different, creative ways. But exposing the actual listing by doing something creative. So what we did was we had Cutco come in. They did a cooking class for agents and fed them, which we're all about that. So that was cool. And Cutco was motivated by the fact that they got to show off their knives.
Their products.
In fact, the Cutco rep was able to make some sales to agents, right? And agents are a great demographic audience for anyone almost.
Who better to sell to than a salesperson?
Exactly.
But we're not salespeople.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, but the lesson though is leveraging everything you have an opportunity to leverage. None of that cost me any money, because Cutco wanted to come in and do it. It's an opportunity for them. There are so many businesses and entrepreneurs that are looking for an opportunity to just be in front of a proper demographic. And when you have a realtor audience, and that's the reason for the show, and every agent could have one, not just by doing a podcast, but there are many ways, right? You can leverage that real estate audience to your advantage while synergistically having it grow your business as an agent at the same time.
And you're developing that relationship with your Cutco guy, and
Yes.
they have clients, so now
Yes.
you're overlapping.
That's true.
Referrals
That's
there,
true.
possibly.
I often tell people, like, sometimes you'll see, like, a trendy thing right now is for agents to go around and promote businesses, right? Like local community businesses, which is a great thing. But I share with agents, like, when you're doing that, it's less likely that you're going to get the end customer from watching that video that you created, and more likely that you're going to get a customer from the actual business you're promoting.
Right.
So in other words, I get a relationship with you because you own this brewery, right, that we're sitting in. I create a relationship with you to expose your brewery and to give me an opportunity with the public to see I'm a realtor. But the reality is the transaction that winds up coming from it is most likely going to be with you or one of your employees right here at the brewery.
Absolutely.
And that's a win too.
Absolutely. Yep.
Hey folks, Brian Kennedy here, President and owner of Statewide Mortgage and proud sponsor of Under Contract Live. We specialize in no income, no employment loan products for all types of buyers. We truly are the Realtors broker. So give us a call at 727-797-0300.
So now let's get back to my event. You
Let's
got
do
to
it.
help
Yes.
me come up with
Let's promote it. Let's
how
go.
do I? Okay, so I'm promoting her, and I
Okay.
want it to be the focus on her, not myself,
I
that
agree.
was my motive and intention.
I think that's
But
fantastic.
now that we're talking, I'm like, how do I subtly promote myself? And maybe promote's not the right word. How do I get my, how do I get my name out there?
Yeah, so
to
there's a
speak,
lot of
with-
things. So if you're going to do, let's say you're going to do an invitation, how are you doing your invitations? Are they personal, like mail out invitations? Are they online? Is it an event that you create online? How are you getting people to your event of the artist?
So I'll probably do it a couple ways, at least because I used to do events years ago, and
Yeah.
so this is my other life when I was a stay-at-home mom with nothing
Right,
to do
right.
but raise kids, and I got bored, and my husband traveled, so I threw events all
Right.
the time.
There you
to
go.
help other businesses.
Yeah.
So that is my background. So I would create a flyer.
Okay.
And then I would snap a picture of that flyer and then send it through a text to all my friends.
Okay.
I'd set it up on, well, back then we didn't have Facebook, but now we do. So I would
Yep.
probably do the same with that flyer, is put it
Okay.
on Facebook or type it out.
Is this a friends only, or are you open to anyone in the public coming?
So yes and no.
Okay.
Not total public, because I'm
Okay.
inviting them into my home.
Okay.
And I want serious people. And
So you
remember,
want
I have a
somewhat
parking
of a
issue.
So you want a controlled demographic.
I want control.
Okay.
But
so
okay.
All right. So I already have some ideas for you.
Okay.
Okay. So one of the first things I would do is involve a sponsor that it would make sense for
Okay.
to partner with you.
Okay.
That way you share the expenses, but not just sharing the expenses. You should have very little expense, but you
Right.
not only share the expenses,
Well,
but
wine's
you can,
expensive.
well, yeah, true. But to also, now when you bring on a partner, a sponsoring partner that's not competing with what you're offering. So what you're offering is the artist, right?
Right.
So the artist is going to be potentially selling their artwork.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So what I want to think about is that demographic of people that the artist will attract. What type of sponsor would line up to where they're not competing with the artist, like you're not going to have another artist,
Right.
but could potentially benefit from the same clientele, right? So that'd be the first thing. And then you find that sponsorship partner, right, to help you. But the beauty of it's not just about splitting the expenses, it's about doubling your exposure, because now this partner that you have on board, and most likely this partner is going to be someone who has something to offer as well, that has a huge base demographic that
Right.
now they can bring to the party, right? So
I have an idea already.
Well, there you go.
You just hit a pampered chef.
Hey, now we're
Pampered
talking
chef.
Pampered chef, right?
So she has clients,
okay,
and she provides food and the cooking.
there you go.
So I wouldn't have to buy the appetizers.
Hello. Now we're cooking with bacon, right? Literally,
Yeah.
maybe literally.
Yeah.
So, okay, so now
Okay.
let me give you one other idea that came into mind.
Okay.
So another thing that I would consider is printing, making tickets available for this.
Okay.
Actually printing hard tickets.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is you can go on to just Google, ticket printing for events. You can go on and create a ticket, an actual ticket like you'd go to a concert with.
Okay.
You can put your brand on there, sponsored by Leslie at LPT Realty, right?
Okay.
Or Pampered Chef or whoever, featuring the artist, and make that real big.
Okay.
Imagine how your artist will feel when there's tickets to her event with her big name on it. And then here's where it gets really good. You put a price tag on that ticket for that evening, $99, $149, whatever.
Okay.
But all the tickets are free because you're giving them as comps. In other words, you're what you're saying is, hey, here's a $149 ticket to our event at my home Friday night with a special artist, right? I want to give these to you, and you give them to your other sponsor, your partnering sponsor.
Okay.
You split all that up. You send those tickets out. Now, if I got a $150 ticket to come over to your house for food and beverage and everything for free, I see more value all of a sudden in me showing up. So that's another idea.
I like that. I like that.
And it promotes you on the ticket.
That's
So
awesome.
that's why I was asking you what kind of invite you were sending out.
Right.
But at the very least, if you send a digital invite out, for example, you could put, thank you to our sponsors, and put 2 down, Pampered Chef so-and-so and Leslie with LPT Realty, for example.
Okay. I like
And
that.
so you've got that brand. You shouldn't even have to say anything when at the actual event. Hi, I'm Leslie. Want to welcome everyone to my home. I do a lot of events, blah, blah, blah. Tonight is special to me because we're here in my home. It's more intimate. I'm so happy you showed up. Tonight we're going to experience something amazing. Thanks to da-da-da Pampered Chef. And thanks to, myself.
Right.
With LPT Realty,
Yeah.
we're featuring this artist tonight who's come to our attention, and now's a chance early on because this could really go somewhere, and it's a chance to get a preview of this artwork.
I love it. Okay.
So something like that, but you see how you just work that sponsorship and subtly plant the seed that here, because if you're in your own home and you've already mentioned that, or they saw it on the ticket, you don't have to say a word. They're going to come to you. They're like, so you're an agent?
I love it. Love it. Great idea.
Yeah, it's amazing.
My wheels are turning.
Well, I love it that you're actually had already started planning something.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. So,
Yeah.
So I say that's another way for agents to get business.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I love it.